Stress and anxiety are so common in a trans individual's life. It can overcome you, it can feel so suffocating, and honestly, so lonely at times. And for me, I know I get to certain points where I feel like I can't breathe because my anxiety gets so bad. A lot of it stems from weight, a lot of it stems from dysphoria. It really depends on the day and how I'm feeling. And it can be at the most random moments of my life. It can just be at the most random moments in the day where I just feel like I can't go on and I can't keep fighting. But I do my best with some different techniques that I've kind of gained throughout the years on dealing with it. I do my best to try and deal with it. So what I want to do with this video is kind of go through these different techniques, these different things that I do in order to make myself as happy as I can in the moment where it feels like it's impossible. The first thing to do is to get massively addicted to coffee. The whole reason I started making YouTube videos, the whole reason I have my channel was for the sole reason of helping people. I really wanted to reach out to those who have walked similar paths that I have, people who are going through all the things that I've gone through. Transitioning can be isolating and so lonely, and I just hate that feeling, and I never wanted anyone else to go through that because I know how scary it can be. And I really think representation is so important, and I want to be able to provide as much help as I possibly can. So that's why anytime I speak with a company, I want to make sure that I can offer my audience something that can help them in times of need. So that's why I reached out to MONQ. If you guys don't know what MONQ is or who MONQ is, it's basically this little guy. It's an aromatherapy diffuser that you don't inhale. It's not like an e-cigarette or a vape or anything like that. It's just an aromatherapy little pen, and you don't inhale it. You just breathe it in your mouth and then exhale it through your nose. And it really does help with different moods. There are different flavors. They're all different essential oils that can help you through different times that you might need them. So this one is Zen, especially if you're feeling anxious. This has helped me a lot. This is probably my favorite one because I'm a walking anxiety attack. And what you do is and you probably have seen me play with these on my live streams. I love them so much. This isn't sponsored. They were nice enough to send me the whole kit and just to really talk about them. And I really think they are an amazing company. They also gave me a coupon code. You can use Noel at checkout for 10% off. They are amazing. They have different flavors like sleepy, zen, active, happy, healthy, sexy. They are definitely a great company, and I really recommend checking them out, especially if you do have a lot of anxiety attacks. This can really help just with the whole aspect of calming you down when things can go crazy. So please check them out. The link will be down in the description. My coupon code will be down in the description. I absolutely love them, and I know you guys will too. So another thing that helps a great deal with my stress and my anxiety is reading. Reading helps me so much. It helps me calm down so much, and it always feels like I never have time to read, which is so frustrating. But anytime I get through a book, I get so happy. It's funny because these two I haven't finished reading yet. I've read over half of this book, and I started reading this one, but I already get the gist of it. But this book was amazing. This was a self-help book. This is called The Little Book of Luca. It's written by I can't pronounce his name, but he's basically a Danish writer. He's written other books about happiness and how the Danes are basically the happiest people in the world. It just basically talks about things you can do in order to be happy. I really, really recommend this book if you can. Some recommendations are social eating. Make sure that you're as social as possible. Make sure you do what you can to be as out there as possible. If it's hard for you, just try little steps at a time to make sure that you can just really open up to people, because that can really, really affect your happiness at the end of the day. And I know that's something that's really hard for me. I suffer from a lot of social anxiety, so going out is a little bit scary for me, but I know once I do it, I am 100% happier. My day feels fulfilled. So I really recommend social eating. It is such a good way to be able to kind of go out there, do something together with a friend or a partner, and it really, really helps just kind of get through the day and make it better. These two books are also very good. This one's just basically about the brain and how music is so, like, I don't know, how music relates to the brain. And Oliver Sacks is such an amazing psychologist, neuroscientist, I'm pretty sure that's what he is. He passed away a few years ago. I remember when he did, it was really sad and heartbreaking because he is such an incredible man, and his work is really incredible too. So I really recommend checking out this book. Maybe The Man Who Mistook His Wife for a Hat. Check that one out too. But I really, really like his work and his writing, and I just really think it's cool. It's just a lot about brain and psychology. I fucking love all of that. So, and lastly, this book I have in my hand is A Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor E. Frankl. And he's basically a Holocaust survivor, and he kind of talks about a man's search for meaning and how staying positive during really negative times, really hard times, can really make the difference in the end. It can really make things go a lot better. And there's a lot of details that I want to read this whole book and kind of get a better understanding. I just started it, so I kind of got the bare minimum of it all. But I really recommend checking it out. I know PewDiePie also did a book club review, and he read this book, so probably a lot of people now know about it, but I still recommend you check it out. All three of these books are great books. I can do a whole book tour if you want me to, just talking about different books, my favorite books. And if you guys even want like a book club with like my little audience, please let me know, because that would be such a cool thing, and I would absolutely love to do that. Maybe like 2 or 3 books a month we can read together. I think that would be really awesome and a really good, great way of connecting with you guys. So next, this is a little bit crazy because I'm not much of a spiritual person. I'm not much of a religious person. You guys know this about me. But a few days ago, my girlfriend bought me some tarot cards, and it's really interesting how much I felt connected with these. It's really interesting how much I absolutely love these, and I've been practicing reading, kind of looking through the cards, trying to really understand and memorize what each card means. And it's so interesting to kind of, I don't know, have a way to help you guide your life and a way to stay positive. And all these cards are so beautiful, and every time I look at them, I'll find a new one that I didn't know that I loved, and then all of a sudden I fall in love with it. And it's just really interesting to kind of go through these and really kind of create your own meaning. Every time I hear someone talk about each individual card, they always have their own interpretation on it. If you guys want to hear me talk more about tarot in the future, I can also make more videos on that, because it's really interesting to me, and it's really something I want to keep studying because I think it's so cool. And yeah, I think all of it's so up for interpretation, and I think it's kind of beyond a spiritual thing. I think it's more of a way for you to kind of guide yourself through life, and you don't even necessarily have to look at it in a spiritual way, but more of like, wow, like this advice can really help me. You like read a card and its meaning, and you can be like, wow, like I never thought of something this way, and like it'll really help me out. And you kind of interpret and change meanings to mean what you want them to mean. But I think that's a good way of kind of giving your life something that you know you needed but couldn't really phrase it yourself, if that makes any sense. So I think these are a great way to relieve some stress and anxiety, and I recommend these highly if you can get your hands on any of them. They are just really cool to play with and just really study and learn, and to use day to day. I even got an app on my phone that kind of tells me my daily card. I can do readings on there, and it's really interesting to just have these in my life now. Now, lastly, the big thing that warms my heart the most, the big thing that helps me get through a lot, music. Music has absolutely changed my life. It has been the center of my life for so long. It is what helps me get through the hardest times of my life. Writing is so important for my day-to-day lifestyle. I have to write. I have to just sing all the time to really relieve stress and to breathe. It's so important to find those things, those small things that might change your life forever. And music is one of those things. I tend to find myself singing a lot to instrumentals. If you guys don't have access to a guitar or instruments like that, find an instrumental, find something that has no words to it and make words to it, sing to it, sing how you feel, just yell if you have to. That can really relieve so much stress. I always do that. Anytime my friend has a new song he produced, I'll always just get my microphone and I'll sing over it. And here is an example of something I did recently. I just sang over his music. This isn't produced, it's just his music and my vocals over it. This isn't mixed or mastered. This is just something I recorded really quick because I was feeling really emotional at the time.
Young and fucking dumb, nearly 22 and can't use my tongue to speak what I feel. It's been like this for years. It wasn't worth the time of losing it all.
And as you can tell by the lyrics, I was going through something. Lyric writing is such a great way to express yourself and put into words something that might be going through your head, something that might be hard to really phrase out into normal words. Even just singing things that don't make sense can be really important to your day-to-day life. So I really recommend music, just even listening to it if you can. And also, talking about music, a quick little plug here. My music is on Spotify now. I never thought that I'd say that, never thought that that come out of my mouth, but my music is literally now on Spotify. So go check that out, literally right now. Go check it out, stream it. Links will be down in the description. Just type in my name, J Noel, in the search bar. Stream my music, it'll really help me out a lot. Share my music, it'll really help me out a lot. But that's so cool that I can have my work on Spotify, something to show for it. So yeah, go check that out if you can, if you haven't already. But I'm so happy. I feel so elevated right now. I feel like in a higher place than I normally am. I'm very stressed because school has been killing me. I just have been back and forth with what I really want to focus my time on. If I should focus more time on YouTube, or if I should focus more time on school, and what in the end will help me. And it's kind of this millennial crisis because I know the more YouTube I do, the more benefit I can get out of it, but I don't know if that's what I want to do for the rest of my life. I don't know if it's going to really work out the way that I'm thinking it's going to, and I don't know if I'm just getting too cocky with this YouTube thing. But I'm really going to try and keep posting as much as possible, yet still be determined on my new part-time job I got, as well as my school. So it'll be interesting to see how this balance works, but I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you guys have any questions or concerns or anything else you want to add to ways that maybe you've alleviated stress by, maybe ways that you've helped your depression, please leave a comment down below. And also, I'm not trying to say that any of these things can cure your depression or anxiety. I know that there isn't a cure, but I know sometimes some things help. So if any of these do help you, let me know. Feel free to message me because I love reading all of you guys' message. I read all of them. So thank you for everything. If you want to support me, I have a Patreon. I also have a new EP. Links will be down in the description. And I also have a Twitter and Instagram if you want to follow me. So thanks, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then.
Outside in the fucking basement, another lie that I told myself. Secret sweater, open letter, something better.